Hello, everyone. This is Chaplain Jordan Huggins. I'm coming to you from Schriever Air Force Base out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Currently on MPA orders out here at Schriever, serving as the chaplain for the 50th Operations Group. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about who my endorser is, and then a little bit more about my calling to serve as an active duty chaplain. So first, my endorser is the Coalition of Spirit-Filled Churches, otherwise known as the CSC. We are an umbrella endorser that is set up to endorse chaplains from local churches who don't belong to other formal denominations, but would consider themselves to be within the Pentecostal, charismatic, or renewal streams of the Christian faith. And what that simply means is people that find themselves in those theological streams believe that the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Christian Trinity, is alive and active in our present day, and that you can see the signs and evidences of that activity in our present day. One of the things that I love about the CSC is that it leaves a lot of the theological decision making up to the local church. I'm actually ordained by my local church, and then my local church actually endorses me to the CSC as a candidate for chaplaincy, and then the CSC then evaluates me, make sure all my credentialing is there, make sure I fit within sort of their broad theological framework, and they then endorse me to the chaplaincy. So for me, I have a bit of a lower ecclesiology, if you will. So that really is a great fit for me. I'm just a big believer that a lot of that local theological decision making should be left up to that local church level. So it's a great fit for me in that way. Now, just a little bit about my calling to be an active duty chaplain. So prior to this, I was actually an active duty line officer for about 7 years. And one of the things that I noticed when I was in there was just how much our fellow airmen are struggling. It's not always evident when you interact with them, but a lot of them are struggling, and I myself actually went through some of that. I battled with a little bit of depression. I battled a little bit with some suicidal thoughts. And over the course of the 7 years while I was on active duty, I learned some tools and some techniques to kind of get me through that. One of the big things for me was I just didn't have a sense of purpose. I was struggling to figure out kind of who I was and what I was called to do. And so one of the primary reasons I wanted to become a chaplain was I saw a lot of my fellow airmen struggling with some of those same questions. And I thought that I had been allotted the opportunity to learn some of the tools and techniques that could get them through some of those questions. So that's one of the primary reasons. The second is that I really value diversity as an individual. And I don't know of any other place in the world where, as a minister, I can serve alongside of not just people within the broad Christian spectrum, but also other ministers from other faith groups. To me, that is super important. I love the fact that we all have one singular mission of serving and ministering to our airmen, but that we bring just a host of different perspectives, of different theologies to that fight, and that we get to just serve airmen better because we have such a diverse representation of theologies and faith groups. So those are the two primary reasons I feel called to the chaplaincy. I've been married for 7 years to my wife Alyssa. We have a beautiful little 1-year-old. That's our first. We've been living here in Colorado Springs for about the last 10 years. I got off active duty in 2013, went to seminary, and then did some full-time ministry here in the Springs. But we are very excited to be kind of taking this next step into active duty chaplaincy. Hope to hear from you all soon. Hope to meet you all over there at recruiting, and super excited to have this opportunity and look forward to talking to you again. Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.